Hello and welcome back to Tea Tuesday. This is episode 50, only 2 episodes shy of having a full year of Tea Tuesday. And I'm so excited to be here. Lots to cover today, lots of excitement going on, and lots of joy to share. Let's go ahead and start with my favorite tea that I am currently obsessed with and need to order more because it is like the best tea on the planet. It is a Bridgerton series tea, and this one is a black tea that's ginger and peach. It is called Ginger Peach Vanilla, and this is for Colin and Penelope. And yeah, I'm really, really enjoying it. I did not have any tea or anything this morning or any caffeine, so I'm desperate need of it. So I'm having my one tea experience. This is my Royal Albert 100 Years Collection pot that I do a dove. This is English chintz. And then instead of using a teacup, I have a mug. So I've already had one mug in the past couple of minutes while we were sitting here waiting. And now I am ready to go with finishing that pot, which I'm sure I will do. I love this tea so much. All right, let's get into how the last week went. It went well, but it didn't go the way that I wanted it to go. I just kind of like had no energy and I didn't get to the movement goals that I wanted to, but I'm starting off better this week. Ghost and I got up this morning and we went for a nice walk. I took Piper for a nice walk and I got in my 10,000 steps before 8 a.m. So I'm feeling pretty successful about that. My goal for April is just to move every day. I'm just going to keep it simple. I just need to move. I need to do an intentional walk every day, even if that walk is just 10 or 15 minutes at a time, because it's going to help improve just overall feelings of fitness and things like that and get back into that regular movement that I've just been struggling with since before I had surgery on my hand. The other thing I need to start working on too is really working on my strength in my hand because it's suffering a bit and I need to build it for sure. Work has been good. Um, it's not been as busy. We're in a little bit of a slower season for us in reservations. The front desk is busy because the hotel is booked and sold out. But it means that we have a little bit more downtime, which I'm kind of enjoying. It's just a little bit slower environment. So I don't feel as stressed with work and things like that. So that has been such a huge blessing for that. And it was pretty slow on Wednesday or on Sunday. So we had a nice time just chatting with each other, getting to know each other a little bit better and things like that. It was a great work day. Plus my boss has asked, she's offered to on my half day on Wednesdays for me to come in at 7 o'clock. So starting through the rest of the month, I will be at 7 o'clock. Tomorrow's my last 8 o'clock shift, but it's nice because I get, instead of 4 hours, I get 5 hours in, and I will definitely appreciate having that more often to be able to draw upon and stuff like that. And just a little extra funds is helpful because with learning to be a health coach, I feel like I am kind of like bleeding money. And I just realized my water is back here, which is not necessarily where I want it. I need it closer so that I can remember to drink it. Well, if you're watching, comment and let me know how your last week has been going and what successes you've had in your week. That would be an amazing thing to see how you guys are doing as well. But big news, I am officially a health coach. I set out the goal to do 3 levels of certification and I achieved the first level. So now I can officially call myself a certified health coach. And in about 6 to 8 weeks, I can add a master health coach to that. And then hopefully within a year or so, I'll be able to be qualified to sit to become a national board certified health coach, because that is my ultimate goal. So today I have been just getting stuff done. Woohoo! Congratulations is totally right in that department. Lots to celebrate. It kind of feels so surreal as I'm getting things ready to go and getting the last steps in so that hopefully within the next week to 2 weeks, I will be ready to start taking on clients. So it's now down to like the nitty gritty details of figuring out everything, loading software. I've decided to use for now, some pre-written programs that are provided through Primal Health, which is where I did my certification, because the content is it's good and it'll give me practice and just getting comfortable as being a coach. And then I can add pressure of customizing my own programs, which I do want to do, but I didn't want that pressure right up out the bat. I just wanted to be able to focus on learning to be a good coach, which I am doing. I have practice sessions, all that kind of stuff. So it's not like I have no experience, but I do need to like get comfortable with the whole process. I'm going to be using software that includes an app, which is going to make it easy and convenient. Clients will be able to message through the app. They'll be able to get their daily lessons or whatever delivered right through the app, stuff like that. They'll be able to pay through the app. And so it's going to be really, really cool. In order to be able to use that, I have goals for growth in the future. I have goals for this year. It's going to be a lot. But as of today, I filed with the state of Florida for my LLC. So as soon as it is approved, I will officially be able to be in business. I have two more things that I have to finish up. Like I have to get an EIN. Well, I have more than that. And I have to file documents with the county that I live in for tax purposes. And I also have to get a business bank account. And then I have to transfer all of these payments for like Zoom and Google and stuff that I've been using to get comfortable and try to get used to them. They've got to all now transfer over to a business account so that they can be paid for out of the business account and it's not paid for out of my account. But that's just a shift and it's just going to take time. And I am okay with that. But I'm very excited to get started and to be at this place where I am. And it feels like such a huge accomplishment. And I feel so proud of myself because I have worked really hard to get to this point. And it should be celebrated. All accomplishments should be celebrated. So it's not like I'm out here just tooting my own horn. I'm just like, wow, I worked for this and I've worked hard for it. And I am proud of what I've accomplished because there were times where just I felt like I was never going to make it. I still have a bunch of fears. And usually when I come across fear right now, it's my sign to, I just need to take that next step. I just need to do it. Instead of being afraid, I just need to take the next step. And that's what I did today with filing for my LLC. I was like, man, I don't know how I don't know how I'm going to do this or anything like that. Could you repeat that? And apparently Siri is now talking to me too. But it's I'm currently speaking at 100%. All right. We'll see if she stops talking. But anyway, I'm trying really hard not to let fear hold me back. So it's going well. Today I started my 90-day BBBBE challenge. It's going really well. There will be a day one what I'm eating in a day video coming, and I am planning content through the whole 90 days, mostly just to get outside of my comfort zone. I very much have this is what I do with my content, and I'm trying to expand that and get better and think outside the box, be more creative and things like that. So you guys should be seeing more content coming. It does mean that I get tired pretty quickly because I'm working 2 full-time jobs now and I'm only getting paid for one, but that's okay because the other is rewarding and it's will eventually start paying for itself. I am being confident in that. And when you want to create the life that you want to live, sometimes you got to put the work up front. And that is definitely what I'm doing is putting the work up front. That's right. Fear means face everything and rise. I am attempting to live by that. And let me tell you, it is not easy, but it is definitely very, very worth it. Well, if you like having tea at tea time, which British tea time is between 3 and 5 p.m., which is why I chose to do the live stream at 4 p.m. instead of our morning time. Let me know. Do you prefer mornings or do you prefer that the afternoon time? For the most part, Tea Tuesday is going to be live because she's pretty much, for at least for this month, got me off on Tuesdays, except for one, which can be pre-recorded, which is totally fine. All right. Well, let's talk a little bit about books. So last night was the meeting for book club. And while I had a great time and I enjoyed catching up with my friend Hope from over at Mission Keto, I realized that you guys really weren't interested in that. So we're not going to be doing book club. There will be posts in the Facebook group about book club book for April. I'm still going to read the book because I'm super excited. And I might just start a private book club with friends, and that's fine too. Like I said, it was an idea I had, and I am embracing change and ideas and just trying them. It's okay if they're not successful. Not everything has to be successful. And it was fun, and I enjoyed the process, but it's okay. It didn't work out, so we can move on. Well, anyway, we had a good time. I enjoyed that book. And in the meantime, I listened to a book last week that I had that came highly recommended, but I was kind of hesitant to read just because of the subject matter. And I really shouldn't have been because it's spicy and it's dark, and I do like spicy dark. Um, but this one was spicy dark comedy. So I read or listened to, and it was hilarious. I laughed. I laughed a lot. I listened to Butcher and Blackbird by Bren Weaver. And this was just, it was so fun. They're both serial killers. It got pretty spicy. It got pretty graphic with some of her descriptions. There were a couple times where I was like, oh, because, but it was all in good fun. It wasn't like, oh, that's disgusting. It was that it was disgusting, but it wasn't like a cringy gross. It was just like you could see it in your mind, and you're just like, oh no, I would not want to be locked in a cell with a dead guy with maggots. Just stating that was one of the very descriptive scenes. It was definitely not for me. So I really, really did enjoy it. I haven't decided if I want to read books 2 and 3. I do have them, and I do like her style of reading, so I'll probably give them a try, but I'm going to wait just a little bit before I do this. But this one was definitely a really good read for me. A 4.5, solid, easy. I really enjoyed this. Then the next book I'm working on is one I am also excited to be reading. I'm also listening to it as an audiobook because I enjoyed the first book. And this is book 2 of the Crimson Moth series. So I am reading Rebel Witch. This one recently came out. This is by Kristen Ciccadelli. And it picks up basically where the last book left off. And when I'm reading series, I love when they do that. Sometimes they like jump ahead. This one did not jump ahead at all. And it's right into all of it. And it's really good. I'm not super far into it. I'm probably only like 100 pages in, and it's a little bit beefy. Let's see what the book says. There's like 460 pages in here. So it is a little bit of a thick book, but I like a big, thick book. And then I also just started, I'm like 28 pages into it, and I'm probably going to like spend some more time reading it tonight because I'm excited to see how this one turns out. This is my second book by Frida McFadden, but I did start Ward D. and it is setting up well. I'm interested to see if I'm going to get all the twists and turns with a psychological thriller. I don't usually do a whole lot of psychological thrillers because I can usually peg them ahead of time. But what I've noticed with my other Frida McFadden book that I read, which was The Housemaid, even though I figured out, I was still like really drawn into the story, and the story was very well written. And I am just blown away with her writing. And I was even more blown away when I read the caption in here and I realized that she is a practicing doctor. That just slays me, that she is a prolific writer and a doctor. And she mentions in this one that it is kind of reminiscent of her time in the psych ward on her rotation as a med student. So I'm interested to see how this book plays out. It's going to be pretty interesting, I think. It's setting up really good. There's a lot of dark history with the main character, that it kind of bounces back and forth between current time and previous times. And I kind of like that because I feel like you get little snippets here and little snippets there, and they kind of make each other make sense. So yeah, it is it's pretty good so far. I did get a new plant stand this week, and I have a few new plant babies coming, and I'm excited. And because I got a new plant stand that is bigger, I was able to open up some space, and that was also a blessing. But knitting, last week I showed you the sweater in this yarn. Um, I was moving right along and it was going really, really well until I just realized that I couldn't stand the little puff stitch. So I ripped it out and I have the collar done. I haven't been able to touch it in a couple of days, but that's okay. It will still I'll still work on it. And then today, when I was going through stuff, I knew it was there, but it was out of sight, out of mind. I did find the sweater that I was working on previously, and this one is almost done. I have to do a sleeve, half of a sleeve. Really, it's just half of a sleeve, and then I have to do the edging. So I picked up this one, and hopefully I can remember where I'm at. I don't remember the pattern name, so I'll have to give it next time. But it's a beautiful, dusty purple. I love the design up at the raglan. Um, yeah. And it's wool and it fits really, really well. It's a snug fit. There's zero ease in it, which is fine. But I have a new dress that I got that I think this would look really good with. So I do want to be inspired to get that done. So this one might sit for just a hot minute while I finish this one, since this one is really so close. Probably only have a few hours left of knitting on it. Let's see how far of the sleeve I have to do. And it's got ends hanging out everywhere because the balls of yarn are pretty little. But yeah, I literally have half of a 3/4 inch sleeve to go. So right there is probably like 2.5 hours of knitting, and then it will probably take me another hour or two to get the ribbing done. I think this one was meant to just be open, so I'm going to do it without buttons because I just don't have any buttons and I don't want to buy any buttons. My goal is to not shop for plants and things. But yet, I'm planning to go to the bookstore today because I haven't been to the actual bookstore in 3 weeks. You can definitely read it as soon as I'm done. I have a feeling it's going to go pretty fast once I sit down and actually read it. It'll come to work with me this week. So when there's downtime, I can do it. The other nice thing about finishing the big part of my certification is now I can focus on just getting the business ready to launch and start accepting clients. And I can finish up the other certification. The other one that I need to do, because I haven't touched it in a couple weeks, is I want to work on my mental health coach one. But I got like a year to do that. And it may not be what I want it to be anyway. So I will finish it because I committed to it. And I got the scholarship for it. But if it takes me a year, it takes me a year, and that's totally fine with me. I really just, this literally is my favorite tea. I need to research um, ginger peach or peach vanilla, yeah, ginger peach vanilla tea and see if anybody else makes it because it's just so good. And I love it so much. So I definitely need to get some more of it. I did order some new dresses. I tried out Bloom Chic. I was nervous to try them. They come across my feed a lot. So I think I ordered four and I just ordered one more today because it was on sale. And while they're not expensive dresses, they're about $30, $35, which is a good price for a dress. They're not my favorite as far as the materials that are used, but I know that if I stick to the natural materials that I like cotton and my Svaha dresses that I absolutely love, those are 75. So those are a bigger stretch. I can get two of these for one of those. But I just was like, I haven't had any new dresses in a while. And I'm in a season where that's all I want to wear is a dress. So I did get some new ones, and this is one of them. This one, it came across in the photo as being more cream, although it looks more cream on camera. It is definitely like more of a tan than a cream, and the print looked more blue. So I thought it was a blue on cream, and I love that color combination, and it wasn't. It's brown on tan. But it still works. It's very comfortable. I found that their stuff is very true to size, so I have enjoyed trying those on, and have one I cannot wait to wear tomorrow because it is absolutely perfect for me. It's exactly what I wanted to do. The fit on it is really, really good. Um, and they're comfortable, and they all have pockets, which is also awesome. I love a dress with pockets. While they're not the biggest pockets, they are good pockets. Oh, yeah. So if you haven't checked out Bloom Cheek and you want to check them out, I enjoyed their stuff more than I did. Um, what's the big one? It's not Timu. It's the other one. I can't remember right now. Well, I didn't enjoy their stuff. Their stuff always came and it didn't fit right, and it was cut wrong, and it was just not as flattering. It didn't look as good as I wanted it to. So I am definitely impressed with that. And my husband to the rescue, Sheen. Yes. I wanted to love Sheen. It just, I ordered with them a few times and I didn't. The other one that did like was Halara, but they can be a little bit pricey too. And I don't think their sizes run quite as true to size as they say, which is where I found that this is like spot on. I ordered the extra large and it's like perfect. It says for a 14-16, which is right where I'm at. And it fits exactly like I wanted to. It fits like it was made for me. And I love that. Which is really nice when I'm still working on getting my health back around. But I am excited to be doing Triple B&E. I have some very specific goals in mind for myself. And if you want to join me, it's not too late. You can follow me here. You can also follow me. There'll be daily content. Hopefully, that's my goal over on Instagram and TikTok. And like I said, I'm just going to start talking more about my passion for health and my goals for my health, but also my willingness to help you with your goals. So if that's something that you're interested in, or you've never considered working with a coach, or you thought about working with a coach, but you don't know what that is like, stay tuned because I do have a video planned about what's the difference between a health coach and a therapist. And not only that, what a health coach does. Because I know when I started school, I had a good idea what a health coach did, and it lined up for me. But I think most people don't know what a health coach is and the process they go through. So I will definitely be doing a video soon that just breaks it down so that you know hey, I was considering a health coach. I just don't, what does a health coach even do? How do they help? And even if you don't choose to work with me, that's fine. I'm not that type of person. I do want to share more about it because I think so many people can benefit from a health coach. I wish that I would have employed a health coach in my journey. I still can, technically. I can still hire a health coach to work with me, because, I can always benefit from the additional support. And just, it's not so much about accountability, it's about holding yourself accountable. But even just the talking, like, hey, this is an idea, or I kind of thought about this, but the way that the coaches ask questions, they get you to really like focus on the heart of the issue and help you set those goals. They do not tell you how to do it. That's a little sneak peek. All right. Well, I am going to go ahead and sign off because I do want to relax for the rest of the day. It's been, like I said, a busy day. I did a walk. I'm feeling energized and fantastic. I've had 2 meals, so look for a video on Thursday about what I ate on day 1 of Triple B and E. I might not even eat dinner tonight, and I'm feeling content. I still got a couple hours where I can attempt to do that because I want to be done around 7 o'clock is usually my time. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope to see you tomorrow on our Wednesday night live stream. That will be at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. We're going to chat Q&A about whatever you guys want to chat about. Very informal. We'll talk about Triple B and E, and if you have questions for that, that will be a good one to join in. I hope you have a wonderful and joyful day and find joy in your journey. Bye for now.